Hello, everybody. So I told you I was going to record a little bit of explanation for this research argument rough draft. It's important for you to understand that it is an 8 to 10 page researched argument essay. And you'll be using 6 good research sources, 2 of which must be from academic scholarly journals. So you've done the formal paper proposal with annotated bibliography. So that annotated bibliography, we had you do 8 sources for that for a reason, because sometimes once you start writing, you realize that 1 or 2 of the sources that you thought would be fantastic are no longer suitable for you, or you may realize, you know what, it's just, I need something a little bit different. So hopefully out of those 8, you will have 6 good sources, 2 of which are scholarly. So that is an assignment that was due on the 17th. Well, probably today if you're watching this on Wednesday. And then we have a part of this, one of the smaller writing assignments related to this overall research argument unit is the introduction paragraph draft, the working thesis and outline, which is due on the 19th. And then we have peer review of the introduction and thesis on the discussion board, which is due on the 22nd, which is Monday. Then your rough draft for this assignment is due on the 24th. So the whole idea of doing the synthesis essay before doing this was to give you a little taste of working with sources, but also to familiarize yourself with some aspects of argumentative writing. So you've taken a position in that synthesis essay, hopefully, right? And now you're kind of refining it and you're thinking more about the argument and you're thinking about the various claims that you're going to make in this research argument. So designing an effective argument is based upon several components, which are interconnected or interrelated. And it's easier to talk about each part first and then work on integrating them as you work through drafting and revising. So with this paper, you're expected to take the feedback that you receive on each of the smaller assignments to help you in writing and revision. And you'll receive constructive feedback from your peers and me as you work through each of these activities. I was going to do a peer revision or a peer review of the rough draft, but I have eliminated that just because I think it's a bit too much and we've just kind of been hit or miss with the peer review as far as either me getting it assigned to you or students following through and actually doing the feedback. So I am not going to bother with that once more. I think it's easier as a discussion board. But again, it's not. You will choose who you want to respond to. I'm not going to assign a person for you to respond to. Excuse me. So the requirements, it's 8 to 10 pages, and that does not include the works cited page. So remember, with the works cited page, the heading or the title for the page is centered at the top of the page. It's on its own separate page. Don't tag it to the bottom of your document. It's on its own separate page. I mean, it's still a part of your document. It's just you started on a whole fresh new page. And the works cited page will be in alphabetical order. Remember that the entries should have that hanging indent. And to review, if you go into the appendix of the writer's loop, you should be able to find information on how to format it properly. You will also have a clear thesis statement that's explicitly stated in the introduction. You will make claims and have counter arguments, and those will be supported by your sources. So it's a good idea to find at least one source that supports the opposing viewpoint, right? The other side of the argument. You will integrate quotations, paraphrases, and summaries from 6 sources, 2 of which must be scholarly. You'll use correct MLA format with a header, heading, centered title, 12-point font, double-spaced, and 1-inch margins. You'll use correct MLA citations, so that means your in-text citations, even if you're paraphrasing or summarizing information. Whenever you're borrowing ideas from somebody else, you need to use correct citations so that we know where your information is coming from. You must include a works cited page. Again, that works cited page is formatted a special way. It is also double-spaced with those hanging indents. So let's see. The classical argumentative writing assignment, writers describe an important issue, state a position, support that position, present arguments against the position that is taken, and then end by urging readers to change their thinking or taking some action on the issue. So that urging of changing one's thinking and encouraging them to take some action, that is typically reserved for the conclusion. And the conclusion is really a great place for you to use the appeal to the emotions, right? The rhetorical appeal of pathos, right? You want people to be emotionally invested and to care and to want to take action. So that's really where you can turn on that rhetorical appeal. Of course, throughout your paper, you will be using ethos and logos, right? Ethos, not only the credibility of yourself as an academic writer, but also the credibility of your sources. You're choosing good sources that aren't completely wackadoodle, right? They're solid sources, and those writers are credible. And the evidence that you're using, that is logos, right? That is the logical appeal. You're using evidence with facts and figures and that kind of thing. So you're going to be using all 3 rhetorical appeals in this research argument rough draft. So the rough draft, again, is due that Wednesday before Thanksgiving, the 24th. The due date, the time is at the end of the day. It won't be due on Wednesday morning. And then your final revision will be due Wednesday, December 1st. So that is that. If you have any questions regarding the assignment, please don't hesitate to email me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.